Hello, viewers. Thank you for tuning in for my second episode of Shakir's ERP podcast. So today I'm going to talk about a very important topic, customizations. So whenever you approach an ERP project, you do come across certain customizations from time to time. It is not that every ERP project has a customization requirement, but there are quite a few projects that require customizations. So I'm going to talk about how to approach customizations in ERP projects. What are the mistakes that these organizations and vendors do and how to overcome them? So the first point I'm going to talk about is what is a customization? So customizations are custom functionalities or custom requirements that are developed specifically for a particular client, which is not available as a feature in the standard functionalities of an ERP system. So as you know, you have different modules available in ERP, but there are certain processes that might not have the capability which is expected by the customer. So the vendors develop these customizations as a one-off requirement for this particular customer. Okay. So now that being said, how are customers approaching these customization projects? So whenever there is a requirement for customization, which the customer identifies or the vendor identifies during the demo process or during the initial evaluation, they identify that this is a customization. So, and then they go ahead and present it to the customer that this can be customized, and then they give a estimation for this, and then they move forward, and then they start the project. And during the course of the development, then that's when they get into customizations. What should be the actual approach to do this? So whenever there is a customization requirement, the majority of the customers, this is the mistake which they do, is they give the entire control to the vendor to identify what is a customization, and once this is a customization, they just go ahead with some assumptions that these customizations will be implemented, and they do not do a detailed analysis or a detailed study. So let's say that there's a customization requirement. The vendor assumes that these many hours of implementation it'll take, and then they code for it, and then they go ahead and start the project. But when they start to implement it, that's when they realize that the assumptions which they did are not actually true, and that uh, leads to a lot of challenges in the projects where the efforts are being increased, the estimates are increased, and that bleeds the project and also that delays the project. So what is the right approach to do this? So whenever a vendor comes across or a customer identifies that this is a customization, you need to do the proper evaluation of what this customization is all about. Can you cover this through an additional functionality or an add-on module available in the OEM's network? Or if its add-on is not available, how critical is this customization? If this customization cannot be avoided, then yes, we have to develop it. Then you need to get in touch with the relevant team who's handling this process, get a detailed understanding of this requirement and capture that requirement, and then be sure that you record this before you start up the project. If this customization involves an integration with another system, make sure that you are connected with those integration partners. You understand the scope, you understand the details, and that's when you need to start working on the project. If you do not do this, what will happen is you estimate something, and then when you start the project, during the implementation, you identify that the estimation you have prepared is not accurate, and that leads to increase in the cost, and increase in time, and also delays the project. So in the initial stages itself, what I will suggest is when you're evaluating the solution, please do record the customization requirement in detail. Record them, validate it from both the vendors and from the customers. Prepare a documentation that this is the customization requirement, and make sure that you give the right estimate for this customization. If you're not in a situation that you cannot give an estimation or prepare a quotation for the customization, then keep that project separately, then pick it up a bit later once you finish the core implementation, because customizations can make or break a project. So that's it for now. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll connect you again for another episode soon. Bye.